and welcome to another edition of the Powell Press. I am State Senator Bobby Powell Jr. representing Senate District 24 in Palm Beach County. And this is the week of April 3rd of the 2023 legislative session, the fifth week. And boy, what a week it was. Let's get right into it. The fifth week of the annual legislative session began with the passage of Senate Bill 2500. It's the $113.6 billion spending proposal for the upcoming fiscal year. A balanced state budget is the one and only duty lawmakers are mandated by our Constitution to complete each year. The House is proposing a $113 billion spending plan as well. Senate Bill 2500 next heads to negotiations between the two chambers to be hammered out, and the differences then will agree on the final budget prior to the end of session on May 5th. Also on Monday, we saw the governor's signing of permitless carry into law. This means that in Florida, a permit is no longer necessary to carry a concealed gun in public. I voted against this legislation not only because it eliminates the requirement for a permit in weapons safety training, but because the Second Amendment rights are not applied equally. People of color are still too easily seen as the bad guy with a gun, despite a license to carry legally in this state. For further information on that, look at the op-ed that I wrote recently in the Palm Beach Post. At the same time, we're taking the restraints off Floridians carrying guns. We were slapping tighter controls on the constitutional rights of women to privacy and to make their own decisions about their own bodies. Legislation which would ban abortions after just 6 weeks passed the Senate along party lines. The bill, which awaits passage by the House, comes 1 year after the legislature enacted a 15-week abortion ban, which is still being challenged in the courts as unconstitutional. On Tuesday, I had the opportunity to meet with the city of Lake Worth Beach. I met with City Manager Davis, Commissioner Sarah Malega, and Commissioner Ronaldo Diaz. I also had the chance to sit down with Kim Glass Castro, who is the Vice Mayor of the Palm Beach County League of Cities, and later, the Secretary of State, Cord Byrd, who is facing a Senate confirmation. Tuesday was also UCF Day at the Capitol, so I had the opportunity to meet with students from the University of Central Florida to discuss issues that are important to them. So late on Monday evening, Senate Bill 750 dropped. This was a 100-page or 98-page elections bill that suddenly appeared, and it was heard for the first time on Tuesday in the Ethics and Elections Committee. That's troubling for a number of reasons. Chief among them is the lack of time to thoroughly read and understand a lengthy legislative proposal that goes to the heart of how our elections are conducted. This bill was heavy on additional fines and fees for third-party voter registration organizations who end up not turning in registrations on time within the 10 days that they will now be allotted. I voted against this legislation. There are too many unknowns, too many unanswered questions, and too many red flags in this bill for us to easily just slide by. Late on Tuesday afternoon, the Senate held a floor session which included a final vote on Senate Bill 254, the legislation which bans gender reassignment surgeries. The controversial legislation also passed along party lines. Wednesday marked the halfway point of this 9-week, 60-day legislative session. It also marked the passage of Senate Bill 1606 through the Government Oversight and Accountability Committee. This legislation is legislation that I'm sponsoring that would create a Florida Museum of Black History task force within Department of State's Division of Historical Resources. The aim of the task force will be to establish the Florida Museum of Black History. This would be a central repository for the history of and the contributions by African Americans to the state of Florida, including their roles in defense and preservation of both our state and our nation. The legislation unanimously passed through this committee and now is headed to the Appropriations Committee on Transportation, Tourism, and Economic Development. Looking towards next week, which will be the 6th week of the 2023 legislative session, HJR 31. This bill is one committee vote away from the governor's desk. The legislation would place on the 2024 ballot the question of whether school board candidates must run as a political party nominee. And bills to watch out for during the second half of session include HB 991. This bill is intended to overturn the 1964 U.S. Supreme Court decision of the New York Times versus Sullivan, which sets a high bar for public officials to prove they have been defamed. And HB 1069/Senate Bill 1320, which is an expansion of the Parental Rights Bill, which would extend a prohibition on sex and gender discussions to the 6th grade in the House, and the Senate version of the bill would extend that to the 8th grade. All right, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Easter, and to my Muslim friends, a Ramadan Kareem, and for those of the Jewish faith, happy Pesach. Thanks for watching, and make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and all other forms of social media. You can also find updates sometimes in your local newspaper as we continue to disseminate information. I am State Senator Bobby Powell Jr. reminding you that indeed a life of service is a life that counts. And I look forward to seeing you all next week on the 6th week of the 2023 legislative session. Thank you, and we'll see you then.